Is there? What's up, good people? Let me ensure everything is actually done with. Right, what's up, good people? Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. It's on Thursday. I want us to reflect on what did happen, and without wasting of much time, let's get started. So, I think today, of all the days this week, today was a little bit challenging. Psychologically because somehow it seems today I wasn't really 100% in it because I kind of tilted, but later on during the day I got it right. But that wasn't the right way. I think as a trader, I should be approaching whatever happened. So let me explain. I will get deeper into what happened. I will explain to you and we'll talk about it and hopefully we can find a way out. So yesterday we were in a long positions. From this position going to the all-time highs, we did reach the all-time highs. We created this bullish fair value gap, and now as I was watching the market later today, which was late yesterday, right, I did notice that I was trading today, um, my local time, but New York time was actually on Wednesday, right? So this is the candle that I actually was first involved with. So what did I see? We had been displacing going higher, and you can see how the third candle of each fair value gap was really displacing. This is the third candle for this fair value gap. We had a displacement, meaning somehow likely these a breakaway gap. We don't really expect the market to retrace into it. Not actually, we don't expect. It's low probability for the market usually to retrace into those kinds of fair value gaps. A good example is this one. You can see the market didn't really retrace. We rallied higher, then later on we traded into it. So most of the time, the market doesn't really trade into them at first. The market just rallies. So to me, seeing these types of fair value gaps uh, was kind of that it's low probability for me to expect maybe a retracement into them. So what I should be more focused on is actually looking for buys of fair value gaps. So the last fair value gap that I'd seen was this fair value gap whereby we had a retracement. So this ain't a breakaway gap, but this is, and also this is. So the probabilities of the market trading into these fair value gaps, this fair value gap 1 and also fair value gap number 2, are very low compared to these retracement, deep retracement fair value gap. So upon noticing that, I had this in line because I wanted to see how price actually reacts to that fair value gap. So this is the 4-hour fair value gap over there. By that time, by that moment in time, we had seen this candle actually dropping lower, tapped into that 4-hour fair value gap. We swept that candle, we rallied higher. As we were rallying higher, I was intrigued to drop into the lower time frames and actually try to see what was happening there. So what did I see at that moment in time? At this moment, this candle was actually printing at around Thursday midnight. Right? That was at 00 midnight. So what I'd seen is we tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap, 4-hour fair value gap. As the market was dropping, we had formed this 1-hour bearish fair value gap. So what did I want to see? I wanted to see whether this fair value gap will do its job. And usually a fair value gap, its job is usually to push prices. If it's a bearish fair value gap, want to see this bearish fair value gap being traded into. Good example is being traded into doing its job, pushing the markets below these lows. So that's a function of uh, the, the, the 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 fair value gap being traded into pushing the market lower. So if I was to be bullish and what I was to target was this new all-time highs because we've been bullish. If I see this bearish fair value gap being disrespected, then somehow I wanted to see the market rally higher. And what will determine to me that the market or that fair value gap has been disrespected? If we see a displacement above these candle rejection high, because this is the candle that traded into that fair value gap. If we see a candle closing above it, then somehow we are likely to go higher. So I had these labeled around there. So seeing that, let me change the color to red. So having that level there, I dropped to the 15 minutes time frame and trying to observe what was happening at that moment in time. And there we came. This time the market had already displaced above it, and what you can see is we had fair value gaps. This fair value gap also, the market dropped into those fair value gap. We respected the fair value gap, rejecting, and once I saw the candle closing above that level, that candle's high, the first trade, I think I took it as this candle was printing, because I took two trades around this point in time, with the first position around this area. Don't think I will take you to my MetaTrader and see what was happening. So I took that position at that level with my stops below this level. But once I saw the market drop and then tap reacting off this fair value area, 15 minutes fair value gap rejecting, I moved my stops towards this low, as well as added another position once this candle was printing, because we had closed actually above this candle rejection, right? Since we had closed, I wanted to see higher prices, but immediately the market tanked on me and rallied lower, and we have been bearish. So was it a bad really trade, or somehow my probabilities actually today I was probabilities were against me? So I think, to me, I waited for everything, I did everything right, but since the probabilities were against me, and the fair value gaps that I thought it was low probability for them to be traded into, actually the market traded into. And this happens very rarely, but it actually happens. So we've seen that the market has even reacted into this lower fair value gap. So I was caught up with that candle, and I took two good losses for this one, which was a bad start of my day. I was really not really happy, but considering how my week actually started, what I did wrong was actually adding another position. But yeah, it wasn't really wrong, because had already trailed my stop losses. But yeah, I took those two losses, which to me somehow I can actually describe them as as good losses. But also what I need to have in mind is the low probabilities of breakaway fair value gaps, because it seems I totally disqualified that. But also the price action made me think that we are expecting higher prices, but that happens, and that usually happens. So it wasn't really a bad day in the office. So that was the first loss. If I can actually take you to my MT5. All right. So to ensure that settings registry. All right, these were the two positions, as I've told you guys, which were losses. I trailed my stop losses to this level over here, I think around this level, but was taken out in both. And yeah, that's how the market has been printing since that moment in time, which I think also, whenever we are expecting higher prices, we want to see a thing like this also, want to see a thing like this. So I think as of tomorrow, we might also try to look for an opportunity going higher, maybe targeting now the all-time highs, because that's the trend: a drop, push, a drop, push, maybe a drop, another push, until proven otherwise. So that was for NQ. I told you guys, somehow I kind of tilted. I waited during the New York time. I was watching also at gold. What did I see on gold? Gold was also giving me some good vibes. Used the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame, we have been really bullish for gold, and the market had already tapped into this 4 hour fair value gap. We were displacing higher. So this is the candle that was to be trading next. So what did I see? Reacting over 4 hour fair value gap, nice rejection with these doji. So it dropped onto the lower time frame, knowing that we have the all-time highs there. I need now to look for an opportunity to go higher. So from the 1 hour, what had already traded is we had this price action from this level, I think from this candle, from the 7 a.m. candle, was it the 6? The 6 a.m. candle had already traded. So I noticed that we had reacted off the 4 hour fair value gap, displacing nicely with fair value gaps. We had formed a bearish fair value gap that was now being disrespected. We had pushed higher, and if we watch the 4 hour time frame, we didn't really have any fair value gap. So what I actually used is we were disrespecting these bearish fair value gap, respecting bullish fair value gaps, forming bullish fair value gaps that were being respected. So upon seeing that, I wanted to catch a move towards those highs. So I dropped onto the 15 minutes time frame, and I actually looked for a position there. So immediately that fair value gap was being formed, I entered my position with my stops here, knowing that everything is actually in my favor. But once again, the market tanked and we have been bearish. We didn't even sweep the all-time highs. So also, it's a position that also I can't say it's a bad loss because everything to me was aligned. And from the 1 hour time frame, we had seen this bearish fair value gap failing to do its job, because this candle, this rejection was to push prices towards this low. That failed. We didn't even sweep that low. Then this candle closed above it. So closing above it, it shows intent of going higher. So seeing that and also seeing this other price action afterwards, I was more of bullish, but that actually didn't happen. The market today messed, tanked really heavy, and we have even seen, maybe we can monitor how price will react to these fair value gap that was confirmed on Tuesday, and then of that we likely head higher to take these relative equal highs. So that was the gold position. If I can take you to gold, same position, took it there, got stopped out, and now was fuck, my day isn't really going well. So I let everything go, and now I wasn't really I wasn't really ready to look for another position. I was to call it a day at that moment in time, and now I came back to EU and GU, whereby I actually got a good sell, but I wouldn't really talk about the good sell. Guys, I want you to go and watch my prior video before this one. I will be uploading it. Already it's uploaded. And I was talking about this nice move going lower from the 4 hour time frame as of yesterday. This nice move, I have been talking about it. And this was the first position which I took yesterday, which I talked in that prior video. But guess what, guys, I did blunder. I think my blunder not only started this morning, but yesterday. I really was, I looked into charts a lot, and I actually closed this position in a loss at the top, right? At the top. I closed this position at the top, which made me so angry in the morning. Same to EU. I closed the positions at the top. Then the market later on tanked. I was so frustrated seeing that the market had done this. But the good thing is, using that analysis that we talked about yesterday, I won't talk much about it. I entered into another position which ended up positive, recovering these lows, but I wasn't really happy with myself. That's where the tilt actually started. This is the level, because let's see, this is the level I really messed it up. So today's position, that was today's position, but see where I did close. My stop losses were, I think, I'd pushed my stop loss towards these highs, so I had a good allowance. But man, what I did is I closed at the high, right? I think it's because it was emotions that did that. And yeah, I closed there, but in the morning I found out that my position was at break even, which really made me angry. Another running position for my geo, so I have another sell position for geo. I think my stop loss currently should be to break even. Yeah, I think some nice price action, so I think break even will be fine there. Don't think the market would rally back to take me out. So yeah, had some nice price action. See where I did close also yesterday's position, which was really a shame. I felt so bad, but it's part of the learning process, and I think it's a repeated mistake, and it happens, and that is it. And currently we are running smoothly and nicely, and yeah, I would recommend you go watch the video, whatever I talked of this position, this both position for yesterday and today are in that video. So I think that that is it. I can call this video off at this point, and closing trades prematurely, I don't think it's a thing I should get involved in. And also trying to uh, whenever I've tilted, whenever I'm really feeling bad about myself, I shouldn't really try to be looking for positions, because I realized that that position, this position, I in the morning once I woke up was already fucked up. So it seems like I was with that mentality. I need to make back whatever I lost. I don't remember feeling so bad. Maybe that would have the reason. That's why I rushed in to take the positions early in the morning, and was I got punished for that. But yeah, generally was good read of price. I don't think I should ever try to overcomplicate stuff. Maybe I should be simplifying. Once I'm in the position, I should get off the charts and do other things. And now let's see how tomorrow will be trading. Today we have really expanded. Can we continue maybe towards these relative equal lows that I've been targeting? That's where I want to see the market deliver to. And for EU, what do we have? EU, we have these lows that maybe the market is already targeting. I think we will be going for these lows, and yeah, from there we'll see what will be happening. For now, guys, uh enjoy your day, and hopefully you got some lessons. And if you are not in my Telegram channel, you can just maybe join, and then from there we can get to learn. If you're really interested, reach out to me. We can make some good deals and see what we can do. So actually, what you can actually do together, didn't really post about this is the cell, this is another cell, but yeah, this is my Telegram. You can join, or ask me, can give you the link to join. So until next time, guys, be safe.